Africans are poor. Africans are dying out of anger. That's true. We are dying out of anger. Africans have no food. They depend on Ukrainian wheat. Yes, we are dying. Fools. Who told you that we are dying out of hunger? Who told you that we depend on Russia to eat food? Is this coming from Russia? Is this coming from Ukraine? Is this wheat we are eating? Western media are so pathetic. Western media can't leave Africa alone. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you people? Algezeela, CNN, BBC, leave Africa alone. We Africans have got our own food. We grow, we farm our own food. So stop painting us as if we are beggars, as if we are dying out of starvation or whatever you call it. We do not need Ukraine's food. And for your own information, stop. Africa is not a country, it's a continent. It consists of 53 different countries. So if there are African countries that depend on Ukraine's wheat, mention them when you are propagating your news. Just say if it's Nigeria, Nigeria is going to die out of hunger because of the war that is happening in Ukraine. If it's Burkina Faso, say mention it. If it's Zambia, mention it. If it's South Africa, just specify that these certain countries in Africa are suffering because of the war that is happening in Ukraine. We do not depend. We don't eat Ukraine's. Wait, you see this chicken? Huh? Very, very delicious. Is it coming from Ukraine? Is it these nice chips? This? Does this come from Ukraine? You fools! Each and every time it's Africa. Why do you involve Africa? Stupid, can what's wrong with you? You will never talk any good thing about Africa. No, Africa is suffering. So the whole African countries, they suffer. Besides, you are what you are. America is what it is today, and Europe is what it is today because of Africa. Cocoa you take from Africa. Do you talk about how you take cocoa from Africa and add value to it in Europe? You don't. Coffee comes from Africa. We supply you coffee. The only problem we have in Africa is that we do not have the necessary or the right equipment or machines to process our own natural thing, starting from foods up to whatever natural resource we have. That's the only thing. And we are this behind, not just because we don't want to prosper, we don't want to succeed. It's because there are people from America and Europe that are trying by all means so that we Africans cannot find those machines and all have access to those machines. Otherwise, we have got delicious food. Speaking of cocoyam, speaking of maize, speaking of cassava, speaking of groundnuts, chicken, you see this chicken, not first see it yourself. Chicken, is this anger you are talking about that we are going to suffer? African people are dying out of anger? You fools. Your propaganda is no longer working. CNN, BBC, your propaganda is no longer working. Algezeela, stop your nonsense. Even Donald Trump knows you very well that you guys, you publicize fake news. And to those of you, my brothers and sisters, who are in the diaspora, America, Europe, there, Germany, France, Britain, UK, no, we are not suffering. I bought this chicken and chips at a minimum cost of $1. Is it $0.15 here in Africa? Just 50 kwacha, 30 kwacha. You buy big pieces of chicken, you eat. Besides, here with $1, you can buy 3 chickens, big ones. So stop telling lies that Africans are suffering or are experiencing anger problem in Africa. If it's Namibia, just say Namibia is experiencing anger problem. We understand. Don't say Africa. Don't say Africa. You are the same people who don't want us to be united. You are the same people who don't want us to unite Africa as the United States of Africa. But why do you like calling it Africa? African problems, African what? Specify the countries in Africa that depend on Ukraine's wheat. You know, us we eat in Shima. Our staple food in Zambia is in Shima. So it's maize, we farm our own maize. In fact, we even export in Zambia. We export. Cassava we export. Even these same chickens we export. We take it to our neighboring countries here in Africa. So stop including all the countries in Africa in such stupidity and nonsensical news of yours by BBC and by CNN. No sense. Uletalika aya ikulika. Go and argue transform if you are arguing that we have our own food. We no longer believe in your propaganda. No one is believing in your propaganda. BBC, Hollywood movies, for sake